Hello, my brothers and sisters of St. Joseph, husband of Mary. Today I have these wonderful two brothers here. This is the company that is in charge of the remodeling project we have in our parish. Today I've invited them. It's good to hear from the horse's mouth to see how far we are with our project. They will introduce themselves and they will tell us what they are doing for the parish. And hopefully they will also tell us when most likely they will finish the project in our parish. So I'm going to introduce their names, Thomas and Sean, but they will introduce themselves more to tell you where they're coming from and their history with our parish. Tom.
My name is Thomas Cleary. We're from Holy Land Art Company. We have based out of New Jersey and Florida, and
My name is Sean Cleary.
we've been in the company's been in business for 102 years. Started out as a church supply, and I have a contractor background. That's how it started for me in the company. I've been doing this for 40 years. Sean has been in 7 years now. He came out of the New York Stock Exchange and then came into the family company. So we do work all over the country, all various types from statuary, renovations, mosaics, a lot of marble work, a lot of marble restoration. In Las Vegas, actually in St. Joseph, Husband and Mary, we started with Father Joe Anthony back when he had trailers. Actually, some of the original stained glass that I did, Valdevera, I think, is right in this room right here. I did the Four Evangelists. So I worked with Father Joe Anthony, also Father Jim Bevan, Father Bob Stokig,
For Mark House.
Father Mark Howes, and yourself. So
Yes.
done a variety of work here. I've done a lot of work for the diocese, many churches. Our Lady of Las Vegas was the first church I finished in 1988. But I've also done St. Anne, St. Christopher, Our Lady of the Valley, St. Elizabeth, St. Thomas More. I renovated the cathedral. There's a few others in that I can't recall right now. But and I love working on the churches. It's a passion of mine. So in this particular project, we're doing a combination of some new statuary, hand carved from Italy, marble pieces. We have 3 marble pieces also coming from Italy, as well as 14 mosaics, which are also made in Italy. The mosaics and marble are made in the same region. It's a small town called Pietrasanta. It's next to Carrara on the coast, what you would call the Italian Riviera, just inland a little bit. Whereas the hand-carved statues come from a very northern part of Italy, which was originally Austria until World War I. It was ceded to Italy, so their native language is German. The entire valley there is carvers is their main business. They actually supply a lot of the carvings for Oberammergau in Germany. It's also a World Heritage Site because it's in the Dolomite Mountains. It's a big ski area also. The valley is surrounded by ski lifts. And they do wonderful work. The company's been working with them since right after World War II. So right now we're in the process of everything. We're also doing a painting, a mural of a St. Joseph greeting people. It'll be on the Sahara side of the building. And that's what we're working on presently. There's scaffoldings up, and we're doing a layout and grid work, and then we will start painting that and hopefully have that finished within 2 weeks. The mosaics are in process. They're very detailed. As you can see, some of the mosaics in the church here, a lot of small little glass pieces that are hand selected and placed into a pattern. So we are doing the apostles, and the marble is in process. That takes a bit, in the U.S., when you want to make something out of marble, it's usually 3/4 inch to 1.25 inch. They buy the slabs. Italy never does that. If you want something made in Italy, they go to the mountains in Carrara and they cut a block out of the mountain and then shape it to whatever shape we've drawn up. So there's a few pieces that are already finished. The tops, the columns take a while to do. And I would expect that Some of the pieces will come in the new year from anywhere from January and hopefully through the end of February, and then we'll have everything installed. And it'll be beautiful.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Tom. It's reassuring to hear from you. I told you that this video is very important because our parishioners, of course, they trust us. That is why they made the donation, but they also want to hear from the horse's mouth
Yes.
of the one that is doing this project. You arrived yesterday, and then, like he said, they have started the painting work at the back of the church, facing Sahara Avenue. And then that is the only thing that is, if you like, that is being done from here. The rest of all the projects are coming from Italy.
Yes.
Am I right?
Correct.
And just to reiterate what you said, and to make sure we are clear on this, you are doing the following project for us. At the entrance of the church, we're going to have that gigantic
Two bronze
of
statues, St. Joseph with the child, and also Our Lady of Grace.
Lady of Grace, all standing and imposing and welcoming people to the church.
Yes.
And then there are going to be 14 mosaics, 12 apostles, including St. Paul and the Holy Spirit.
Right.
Going to be, all well decorating the pillars of our church. And then in the sanctuary, we're going to have the marble that is going to be carrying the tabernacle, which is going to be moved to the center.
Right.
That will hold our tabernacle. And then we're going to have the statue of St. Joseph by the right and statue of St. Michael the Archangel by the left. And of course, we're going to have the two adoring angels in white.
Yes.
That will be in the place where the current tabernacle stand is.
Yes.
And the current stand for the gospel is. Am I correct?
That's correct.
And I also want to affirm that our newly polished tabernacle has arrived. As you know, what we have now is a temporary tabernacle. And I told you we needed to polish the one we had. And it is resplendent. But we're not going to bring it until the pedestal comes from Rome, because we want to bring it at the same time when we are moving it at the center. And you're also assuring us that, I told my parishioners earlier on that, it's going to be a Christmas gift for us. But now it doesn't look like that anymore, which is understandable, because one of the reasons is, instead of sending these things piece by piece, you explained to me that it is more economical for us and for your company to bring everything at once,
right,
which hopefully by the end of February or even early March, that is when we are looking forward to having all that. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and you're assuring us that it's going to be beautiful. Please talk to my parishioners. Some parishioners are a little bit worried. How is it going to look like?
No,
will our altar be congested? What's going to happen?
No, I don't think it'll be congested at all. It's beautiful artwork. And I think everyone will be really happy with it. I can explain a little bit about the painting too. It's a large stucco wall on the outside, which we have to scrape off all the burrs, I'll call them, the little points from the stucco. And then we took approximate measurements of that arch. We lay it out on a grid pattern. And now when we came yesterday with the scaffold, we adjusted our measurements because we were off a few inches here and there. So we, on our own workup, we draw a grid of 10-inch squares. And now that we did the same thing on the exterior wall, if you look at it, you'll see 10-inch blocks. So Peter, our artist, is actually starting to sketch with the blocks, because he can look and say, well, it's 4 blocks down from the top is the top of the head. So that he'll sketch the head, and that's how he'll start the painting. Once he sketches everything, and he'll do the painting. And it's all done with the grid system. And any of the lines that we put in for the grid that aren't necessary, because it's done with a pencil, we basically erase those lines. And they're doing that now, taking that out. And he'll finish his sketch, and then it'll take approximately 2 weeks to do the painting.
Okay. All right.
And that should be interesting. It's very much different than what's a plain wall now.
Okay.
It should look really good.
I'm very excited. And Sean, do you have anything to say about this wonderful project?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been very excited to do this for quite some time. I think something you mentioned about the sanctuary being crowded, I think one of the most significant changes will be the moving of the tabernacle from the side of the church into the center on the altar of repose.
Exactly.
I think that makes a big difference in the parish.
It really does.
And I don't see there being any issues with too much furniture or anything like that. I think it'll look great, and I think it'll make the church look much more traditional, and it'll have a big impact.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm happy to hear this from you. And for my brothers and sisters of St. Joseph, Husband of Mary, I am deeply very grateful that as at today, all the projects have all been taken by your generous donation. And a lot of, even some individuals have actually paid off their own, and others are still going to pay off. They have put the deposit. We are really very grateful that such a huge amount of generous donations you've made. And I would never be a good steward if I don't make sure that those things are spent the right way. And that is why we got credible company that you all know. They have worked with all the pastors here, not just here, but they have worked around the archdiocese. And I get the point that some people are a little bit concerned, but I will appeal that just be patient. Be patient with us. Let us see how it all unfolds. We are all here, and we will see. If something is not quite well, it is your parish. You have a right to speak out, and we will look into it. But I would never intentionally go into anything that would disrupt the beauty we have. In fact, the whole essence is to make the church more beautiful. Our church is beautiful, there is no doubt. But if something is beautiful, it can become more beautiful. So all this is going to enhance our sense of worship, and especially bring the focus of St. Joseph with all those powerful three statues, the drawing, the statue at the sanctuary, and the bronze at the entrance of the church, to bring the focus of our patron saint to our heart. So we thank Tom and Sean for the great work they're doing. And unfortunately, like I said, we can't have it at the end of this year, but it's on process. And by the grace of God, early next year, we will have it. May God bless you all for your generous donations. And if you still want to go ahead and donate, please don't hesitate. We will still appreciate it. But I really thank you. May God bless you all. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you.